I tried print on demand with Canva and Shopify, and it turned into my wildest side hustle experiment. I started with zero design experience and a small budget. I wanted to see if a normal person could make real money. The promise sounded simple: design, list, and let suppliers do the rest. But real life was messier and more interesting. In this video, I'll tell you every step, every screw up, and the surprises. You'll see what worked and what wasted time and money. I'll show screenshots of my Canva designs, Shopify settings, and order history. This is practical, not theory. Stay till the end because I reveal the exact numbers and a twist that surprised me. I wanted a business I could start from my laptop. Print on demand felt low risk since I wouldn't hold inventory. Canva promised easy designs, and Shopify promised a simple store. That combo sounded perfect for someone who hates complicated tech. Also, I liked the idea of testing niches fast. I could try a design, see if it sold, and move on. No big upfront orders meant I could experiment cheap. I set a tiny budget and a strict 1-month test. My goal was to learn real customer behavior, not just get likes. I wanted to know if this could become a real passive income stream. Setting up Shopify was easier than I expected. I picked a clean theme and added basic pages. I wrote a simple about page that sounded human. I set up payments and shipping rules in under an hour. I connected a print-on-demand app to handle fulfillment. That meant orders would automatically send to the supplier. I made sure tax and return policies were clear. I tested the checkout flow with a fake order. That test found a small layout bug I fixed quickly. By the end, I had a functioning store and a nervous excitement. I chose Canva because it felt like a design toolbox for non-designers. Its templates made starting faster than blank Photoshop files. I focused on simple slogans and bold visuals. Simple designs often work better on shirts and mugs. I learned basic color contrast and font pairing on the fly. Canva's export settings matched supplier requirements. I duplicated designs to test small variations. That let me see which color or phrase connected most. I didn't aim for viral art, just clean and sellable designs. This approach saved time and kept iteration fast. Niche choice felt like the make-or-break decision. I avoided overly saturated trends at first. Instead, I picked micro-niches that had passionate buyers. Examples were hiking jokes, niche pet lovers, and small hobbies. I searched Etsy and Reddit to see what people actually buy. Then I tailored slogans to fit those small communities. The idea was to speak directly to a tiny group rather than everyone. That strategy helped my first few organic sales. It also revealed how different niches respond to imagery. My learning curve accelerated once I stopped guessing and started observing. I set a goal to make 10 designs per day. Speed mattered more than perfection at the start. I used templates and swapped text to make variants. Each variant tested a word, font, or color. I uploaded them to mockups to see real product looks. Some designs looked great on screen, but awful on mockups. That saved me from listing bad products. I tracked which designs got clicks in the store. Those metrics told me where to double down. Iteration beats waiting for a perfect idea. Writing product descriptions was trickier than design. I kept descriptions short and benefit-focused. I used casual language like I was talking to a friend. Bullet points for sizing and material kept things clear. I added a short storyline about who the product was for. That small emotional touch boosted conversions. I optimized titles with a few searchable keywords, but I avoided stuffing too many terms that sounded robotic. A friendly tone helped customers trust the product. Good listings became quiet salespeople in the store. The first sale felt unreal and tiny at the same time. I celebrated but stayed analytical. I checked where the visitor came from and which products sold. It was an organic sale from a niche keyword. That told me my niche research was working. I then ordered a sample to check print quality. Seeing the physical product was a reality check. Colors were slightly off, but details were good. I updated designs and color profiles after the sample. That first sale taught me to test before scaling. Samples are the single most important step I learned. Mockups can lie about color and texture. Ordering samples showed real printing issues. Some fonts warped, others bled edges. I noted supplier turnaround time and packaging too. Fast shipping made customers happier in follow-ups. Bad packaging led to a few refunded orders. I documented fixes and told the supplier clearly. After 2 rounds, the products reached acceptable quality. Quality control prevented future negative reviews. Customer messages surprised me with real questions. People asked about sizing, returns, and print feel. I responded fast and used friendly language. Apologizing and offering quick solutions built trust. One return taught me to write clearer size charts. Another message revealed a shipping address mistake. Manual tweaks in Shopify fixed recurring errors. Happy customers left photos that became social proof. That proof drove more organic sales later. Good service felt like free marketing. Returns were thankfully rare but important. I created a simple returns flow that was easy to follow. Quick refunds often turned upset buyers into repeat customers. I learned to accept small losses for long-term reputation. I also tracked return reasons to improve products. Sizing confusion and color expectations were top reasons. Clearer photos and descriptions reduced returns. I automated parts of the refund process to save time. That automation freed me to work on designs instead. Tidy returns meant fewer angry emails and better reviews. At first, I relied on organic traffic to test ideas. I used SEO and titles and descriptions for niche keywords. I posted designs in small Facebook groups and Reddit threads. Sometimes a single post drove a burst of sales, but organic reach was slow and unpredictable. Should I invest in paid ads now or keep testing organic? How do you know when a niche is worth paying to scale? Those questions pushed me to run a tiny ad test. Organic proved the idea. Ads told me if it could scale. That split helped me plan my budget and expectations. I decided to run a small Facebook ad for one bestseller. The ad budget was deliberately tiny to avoid gambling. I used a single clean image and a short headline. The ad brought clicks but few purchases at first. I tracked cost per purchase and adjusted targeting. Changing the headline improved the click-to-cart rate, but shipping time still killed some conversions. I paused ads on slow ship items and focused on fast fulfillers. This test taught me ads amplify both strengths and weaknesses. Small tests reduced risk while revealing real bottlenecks. Understanding margins was harder than I expected. Supplier base price plus Shopify fees cut into profits. Shipping and taxes add invisible costs too. I calculated true profit per item after all fees. Some designs looked profitable on paper, but weren't after fees. I experimented with small price increases to test elasticity. Raising price slightly often didn't hurt sales, but improved margin. I also tested bundling items to increase average order value. Higher AOV meant ads could be more aggressive. Clear accounting prevented nasty surprises at payout time. Running everything alone felt overwhelming at times. Making designs, writing listings, and handling customers added up. I set a daily schedule with focus blocks for each task. Automation for orders saved hours every week. But creative work still needed fresh energy. I learned to stop chasing every tiny metric. Sometimes stepping away helped me see better ideas. Delegating simple tasks felt like a force multiplier. Even part-time effort can move the needle if organized. Protecting mental energy was as important as tracking profit. When a design consistently sold, I doubled down. I made variations and expanded color options. I tested the same idea on different products like mugs and hoodies. Cross-listing increased exposure with little extra work. I also created related designs to form a small collection. That collection made my store feel curated instead of random. I used email to remind past buyers about new items. Repeat customers are cheaper to convert than new ones. Scaling felt safer when supply and quality were stable. This method multiplied revenue without breaking systems. I rushed into too many niches without committing to one. That diluted my marketing and confused buyers. I also forgot to check international shipping rates early. Unexpected duties and delays killed margins on some orders. I trusted a supplier without a sample and paid for it. Some designs needed a font license I hadn't purchased. Those legal slips forced me to take down listings. I learned to slow down on research and compliance. Each mistake cost money but taught a fixable lesson. Mistakes are expensive but often the fastest teachers. The breakthrough came from a tiny niche I almost ignored. A simple, relatable slogan connected with a passionate community. Orders trickled in steadily without heavy ads. I asked myself, was it the wording or the community timing? I started engaging directly in that community and shared stories. Members posted photos and that social proof amplified sales. That network effect felt organic and powerful. Growth became sustainable without huge ad spend. This taught me that community beats broad targeting. Small authentic wins outpace flashy tactics. User photos became my best marketing asset. I politely asked buyers for pictures and permission to repost. Many said yes and felt proud to be featured. That content showed real people wearing my designs. It boosted trust for new visitors instantly. I turned reviews into store banners and social posts. Small incentives increased user-generated content. This strategy reduced my ad cost per sale over time. Authentic content beat staged professional shoots for this niche. UGC made the brand feel human and relatable. I outsourced repetitive tasks once cash flow stabilized. A virtual assistant handled customer messages and tracking. A freelancer edited photos and prepped listings. That freed me to focus on design and strategy. Outsourcing added costs but multiplied output. I started with short gigs to test reliability. Good contractors saved me weeks of work. I built simple SOPs so tasks stayed consistent. Trusting others felt hard but necessary to grow. Delegation turned my one-person experiment into a small operation. I learned to respect fonts and image licenses fast. Using a trending meme without permission created risk. Some sellers faced takedown notices for unlicensed art. I started using licensed assets or creating originals. Keeping a record of license receipts helped during disputes. I also updated terms to clarify intellectual property. A small legal consult saved me potential headaches later. It was worth paying a little to avoid big problems. Legal safety became a baseline, not an afterthought. Protecting the business let me sleep better at night. I tracked revenue and hours spent every week. Early weeks had low revenue and high hours. By month 2, revenue rose while hours stayed similar. That improvement came from focusing on winners. My average order value increased with simple bundles. Profit margins improved after supplier negotiation, but I still spent time on customer service and returns. Passive income was real, but not fully passive yet. Scaling required more time up front, then less later. Numbers taught me where to invest effort next. So is print on demand worth the effort for a beginner? Short answer, yes, with caveats. You need patience, testing, and basic quality checks. It won't replace a full-time job overnight for most people, but it can become a steady side income with proper steps. Do you need fancy design skills to start? Not really. Simple, targeted designs often perform best. What matters more is understanding your audience. If you can find a small, passionate group, you can win. Consistency and learning from mistakes are the real advantage. I doubled down on top sellers and retired duds. Email sequences recovered abandoned carts successfully. Seasonal designs and limited drops created urgency. I offered small discounts to first-time buyers. Collaborations with micro-influencers brought niche credibility. I tracked lifetime value to decide ad spend levels. Split testing creatives improved ad performance slowly. I kept new designs simple and true to the niche. Small wins added up over several months. This steady approach turned sporadic sales into predictable income. My print-on-demand journey taught me practical lessons fast. Start small, test fast, and prioritize quality. Community and authentic content beat flashy ads for many niches. Protecting legal and shipping details saves money later. Outsource repetitive tasks once income stabilizes. Use small ad tests to validate scaling potential. Track true margins, not just gross revenue. Patience and iteration are the secret weapons. If you treat it like a real business, results follow. Those are the exact lessons I wish I'd known at the start. Thanks for watching my print on demand with Canva and Shopify story. If you want the exact template I used, I made a deep dive video. Click the video on the screen now to see step-by-step setup. There you'll find my Canva file, Shopify checklist, and ad tests. Subscribe and hit the bell if you want more experiments like this. Drop a comment with your niche idea and I might test it next. If you liked this, watch the playlist about side hustles for more. I post real experiments, not just theory, to help you start faster. Jump to the next video now and learn how I doubled my AOV. See you in that video, and remember, small tests win over big guesses.